Hey, Nato here. Today I'm going to do my next part on what if Deku was Cell, or had Cell's powers. In the last part, they started the 1 week of training where they are literally training where Deku lives. Um, the way they train is cutting tree, digging, breaking rocks, um, moving stuff around, mostly heavy stuff. They also train in cooking for the week, simply because he told them for the two first days you can take from my farm, but after that you have to farm to go look for everything in the forest. For the two first days you can sleep in my house, but after that you have to have or finished your house or sleep in the wood. While they were doing that, he built two bathhouse basically to separate the boys and the girls while he still go and wash in the lake. He is in his semi-perfect form, which he doesn't know that it's what it's called. He just thinks that because of the new move's body, he kind of grew, and that's all. But yeah, he became a lot more powerful. So yeah, so I ended it at the first night saying that Tsuyu didn't try to sleep, try to sleep as close as possible to Deku. Yes, implying that they will end up together, and you'll see how it's going to go. So, the next day, he woke them up at around 6 a.m. All of them were basically exhausted from the previous day, and he told them that they have two choices. Or they start working now, or they go eat. If they go and eat now, um, basically they have to hunt everything right now. If they go work before, they work, then they have to go hunt. Well, not really hunt, but go look for veggies and stuff like that, since they take the meat still for this day in the farm. So they basically decide to go look for food first. They eat and then they go back to building the house, which they're trying to build a pretty big house to be able to have at least 4 rooms. So, two for girls, two for boys. Um, Basically, when they need to go to the bathroom, it's basically go look for a spot, dig a hole, and do it in that. Basically, like camping. Basically, if there's no toilet around. So, yeah. And basically, over the first day, they were able to get a big amount of wood, move a lot of dirt and rocks, and break enough rocks, making them in the right shape to basically put on the ground, on the ground to make the a floor so that the wood is not directly on the dirt. And after finishing digging, those that were digging basically start placing the rocks to make the ground. They continue to switch every hour. Well, every hour they stop, they get a 15-minute pause, then they continue for another hour by switching. This time, Deku, what he's doing is actually training once again on his own. Basically, he's far from there, still close enough so that if there's something, he'll get there to save them, even though he doesn't want to do that because training. So basically, what he's doing is just grabbing rocks that are huge, um, breaking them, doing the same thing for trees, and just doing that. So they basically do a pretty good part of, well, what they want to do. With after a while, basically, well, after that they were able to do just the floor basically. So the stone floor as well as the wooden floor. And thanks to Shiro, they basically tape everything together to keep it like that. They started the walls, but they're not done yet. And it's starting to get late. So they go hunt for food. Well, still not this day, since it's not really hunting. They're just looking for veggies and stuff like that, and looking for where they could find meat and other stuff, things like that. Well, animals. Bakugo is mostly one of the ones that go outside to look for food. So after they ate, they went to wash themselves. Then they went back to Deku's house, which before they went to sleep, he said, "So, it's your last day in my house. If you're not able to finish your house by tonight, well, tomorrow night, you have to sleep on the unfinished wooden floor. And I think it's going to rain tomorrow, so you should better prepare to make the roof tomorrow." So everyone basically was exhausted, went to sleep. Same thing for Tsuyu. She decided to try and get close to Deku. But yeah, he still sleep, but he doesn't really need to sleep, since he has the same powers as Cell, which someone in my last video, or previous to last, told me that I forgot to say that, well, that thanks to Frieza's power, DNA, your OG Cell basically training gets massively stronger extremely fast. He's basically already doing that. Basically doing simple things that are called actually training actually gave him pretty good power. It's just that most of his training is in martial arts, not stuff like, well, truly fighting against someone stronger than him. So yes, he does get stronger from that. But he could get stronger from fighting true people. So basically that's the reason for that. Because his body naturally regenerates and gives him the strength boost automatically. So it's kind of already making it. So after that night, sorry, after that night, Deku still woke them up at 6 in the morning, told them that, well, the same choices of you can or go eat now and then go build the house, or you can build the house while some people are hunting, but they just all go straight for hunting because this is the first day that they cannot use the farm. So what do you do then? Well, you have to go hunt for animals as well as looking for veggies and other stuff like that. They found a good spot for plants and stuff, but now they have to go find animals. So yeah, they kind of have to start fighting. Well, not fighting, but killing animals in the wild. Which Bakugo, Kirishima, and wait, what was it? Bakugo, Kirishima. because those that are there are Ida, Shoto, Momo, and Tokoyami. Where the hell is the last one? I know I said three. Sorry, it's I can't find it on my script. Be right back. Okay, yeah, it's Kaminari, basically using his lightning. I don't know why I wasn't able to find it. Well, okay, so those three basically went hunting for animals, which basically the only thing they were able to bring back was a bear that was already dying of old age. Basically, it was already close to death, so Bakugo just ended him and was bringing it back. All of them were ready to basically eat it, but they basically prepared the meat, cooked it, and all of them started eating. And one thing that is extremely particular about bear meat, the moment you start eating it with normal seasoning, you feel as if it's pretty good meat. But once you bite into it and that all of the aroma of the meat gets expelled, yeah, it's pretty strong. And there's not a lot of people that can actually eat it without thinking that it's a bad taste. Hell, I've tasted a small piece of it that just got cooked like without seasoning, and it's freaking powerful. It's no joke. So you really have to get a good combination of spices to basically counter that strong aroma, and they didn't have that. So all of them almost, well, basically half of them sped it out, the others forced it down, and then they were like, how the hell are we supposed to eat that? Which Deku told them that, yeah, bear meat has a strong aroma. He didn't, he wasn't there when they basically brought it and started cooking it. He basically arrived just before they started eating and he was about to tell them. And they kind of just looked at him like, oh god. They kind of forced it down because, yeah, it's the only meat they have right now. They weren't able to find anything else. And it's their third day. They have a lot more, and basically they just kind of bring it because, yeah, it's the only thing they're going to be able to eat for the day. So they continue building the house. Basically, this time, what they do is actually start building the four walls. Basically, not making it perfectly, but at least holding, and then made the roof. It took them almost 3/4 of the day to do it. Well, of the day that they actually work. Deku came by and saw that they were, well, kind of finished, and he was happy for them. Then he told them that for a roof that can actually take water, they would or need to place it's well, like a triangle roof, or put 3 or 4 layers over it of wood that basically don't allow water to actually pass easily through it. Which all of them were basically like, oh god. What I mean by 2 or 3 layers is like, since would have, well, holes and cracks in them, it's basically like putting another set of planks on top of it where the cracks are, so that the water cannot pass directly in. Shiro just says he's going to put tape over everything, which Deku says it's fine. But if they want to keep coming here to train, they're going to have to make it strong. Which one of them, well, Ochako, since her parents work in construction, basically says next time we come here, I'm bringing nails and stuff like that. Which he says if you want, but for now, you have to make it last for 4 more days. So hope you're able to do that. Which all of them are basically exhausted because they literally went faster than usual to do that. Basically, their strength has increased a bit over those 3 days, which they could basically, after they finished that, ask them if they wanted to fight him. Which Bakugo accepted, saying, Cell, this is going to be a really rough battle for you. Because everyone else is going to join me, right? Looking back, and everyone was like, yeah. So they were all ready to go and fight him. Bakugo activated One for All and was ready to go. Everyone else was basically set to go and try to attack him with basically the tools that they had. So axes, pickaxe, shovels, for those that weren't able to actually use any martial arts or stuff like that to attack. Mineta tried to stick him something by throwing his balls, which Deku just evaded. He grabbed onto one of them, which it looked like he wasn't actually trying to catch it, but that it just fell in his hand, which Mineta was still happy to do, because oh yeah, I got him. Which they then tried to attack him, which at first he was just evading. And they were just getting angrier and angrier because, yeah, he's basically started just going, around his attack while they're doing everything until Bakugo told everyone to duck. He basically set his explosion to the max that he could, while Kaminari basically was behind the cell. Basically, he knows that he's protected behind him. And both of them basically send the max of their capacity. So Bakugo a massive explosion, and Kaminari just grabbing Deku's back and sending every amount of electricity he could into him. Which all they saw from Deku afterward was that he was damaged. They were all happy because they thought, yes. And then he just grabbed Kaminari, started flying, arrived next to the house, put him on the ground and said, now that you're dumb, you can't do anything, and basically went back where he was, and said, so, do we continue? While Kaminari was basically dumbing out. All of them were just looking at Deku like, you mean we didn't do anything? Which he said, okay, I'm going to leave each of you with one free hit. Go! Which basically all of them started running at him with their weapons. And those that had shovel basically tried to hit him once, didn't really do anything. Those that had pickaxe and hammers basically tried. The pickaxe did enter his skin a bit, but like not enough. Kirishima tried to basically harden his skin and crack through Deku's skin, which he was able to. But it was basically just a small crack that healed itself automatically. And Deku looked at him and said, wow, you're the one that did the most damage here, if we don't count Bakugo. And basically kicked him in the stomach, basically sending him through, while passing to inside of two trees that were bigger than him, so basically there's just holes in the middle of it, but they're still standing. He told him to come back, and everyone was basically just asking him, how are you that strong? Then he said, there's still one person that didn't do anything, right? Looking at Bakugo, which Bakugo looked at his arm, looked at Deku, and decided that he was going to go at 100% to try and hit him to put him down. Remember, Deku gained the quirk shock absorption that Deku himself can actually, well, I don't think I said that, but he can choose to activate it or not. And in that moment, he saw what all Bakugo was doing and decided that, okay, yeah, no, I'm activating it. Bakugo hit at him, and it just didn't break his bone or his arm, while Deku didn't seem to even move. Bakugo got scared, and Cell just grabbed his arm and, well, grabbed his arm, not with his hand that had nothing in it, but with the one with the ball inside of it. You know the sticky ball that he catched? Yeah, he kind of went and grabbed that. Bakugo got scared in the moment, looked at Deku, well, Cell, and Deku was smiling and told him, good luck, and he basically started flying up, with Bakugo just screaming at the top of his lung. Everyone was like, holy fuck! He's going to kill him! Tsuyu still being scared, well, being scared a bit from what she saw, and Mineta mostly, because if you look, well, if you try to do something to girls, I'm throwing you out of the sea from here, out of the forest from here. And he just saw Deku just being in front of them, and then pew, going up at almost max speed, which they weren't prepared to see that. He stopped super high in the sky, basically holding still, having Bakugo stick to the ball, and then told Bakugo, "Do you remember who I am?" Okay, yeah, no, that's just a joke. What he says to Bakugo is, "Are you ready to admit that I'm stronger?" Which Bakugo basically says, "I never said I was stronger than you. You were stronger from the start. What the hell do you want?" Which Deku said, "Oh no, I just want you to give up this battle. Pretty much, you know you're not going to win. But do you know what you did?" Which Bakugo asked, "What?" Then Deku said, "Did you even try to go further with your new quirk that came from All Might?" Which Bakugo just looked at him like, "Wait, what?" And then Deku said, "The training you did, you were doing it hard and almost constantly. You were passing 13 hours of the day working and relaxing a bit. How strong do you think you could have gotten in that amount of time?" Which Bakugo said, "Not a lot." Which Deku then looked at him and said, "The training I'm making you do, it's basically endurance training. Your muscle are getting a full workout as well. And hunting is also a workout. The only thing you're doing that isn't training is washing yourself and sleeping. You're doing my lifestyle. Now we're going back down, and if they know that you give up, they'll give up too. So do you give up?" Which Bakugo just started smiling and said, "I won't." Which Deku said, "Good." and started going down. Once they got down, Deku basically separated a part of his skin, well, basically cutted the part of his skin off from his hand, leaving the ball on Bakugo. Sorry, I sneezed. So basically, he said, "So, ready to continue the training?" Which Bakugo just smiling said, "Let's go." With everyone basically saying, "Yeah, we need to get stronger to defeat you." Because while Deku and Bakugo were talking up there, they were just saying that those two are the strongest in class. And Bakugo's still not able to get close to Cell, so they have to get stronger. All of them together would need to be able to actually fight against Cell. Why would he be that powerful? Well, how can he be that powerful? So all of them decided to train even further, except Kaminari that for the next 10 minutes is, well, I don't know how long it is, but until he gets better, he's basically not going to be able to train. So he told them that the next thing of their training is to make sure that the house is solid enough to hold for the rest of the week, and then that they're going to go at another place. So all of them were ready, basically finished hardening the house, and then Deku told them to follow. Basically, Kaminari by this point should be okay. They went and walked with him for a while, and then he said, "Here, what I want you to do is prepare traps for animals and other things, because you're going to need to start to hunt for the next 4 days. Because this is what I'm going to ask you to do. You have your house now. Now you hunt." Which they all said, "But we already are hunting for our meals." Which she said, "Oh no, not for your meals. You eat every day at least 2 meals, well, at least 3 meals, to be able to hold. But when you train, you need more protein than what you do normally, as well as other vitamins. So you need to get more meat than what you're doing already, to be able to increase your muscle mass. So instead of just eating small meals now, you need to eat a lot more. Because I'm pretty sure you haven't remarked it, but you are getting stronger after just those 3 days. I wouldn't say that you went extremely far, but you still increased enough to be able to actually to actually go further. How fast were you able to to cut down trees during the first day? Which basically they said a certain amount. Then he said, "Okay, today, how long did it took you?" Which they said about 5 minutes less. Then he said, "This is not because you're getting stronger. This is because now you know the technique of how to cut it. Your strength does put an amount of, a part of it, but you're training to learn how to do stuff. You're increasing your strength while doing that. So now you need to learn something else to make your muscle train in a different way. So now you have to dig holes and lay trap on top of them to make animals fall in. You need to cut down, to make traps that use trees and ropes that you're going to have to make yourself. Basically, he says, even if the girl Momo with her creation quirk was here, I would I actually tell you to not use that, and to actually create rope yourself with plants, which all of them basically look at him like, what? Which he says, you're going to have to learn it for yourself. Vines and stuff like that can be used, but the strongest ropes, you'll have to make them using the plants around you, and make the rope yourself. Well, good hunting, and he basically leaves. Well, actually, he starts flying, and then, before finally leaving, he tells them, now, for the next 4 days, we won't talk unless you actually comes to my house. But I only want you to come to my house for emergencies like someone getting sick, hurt, or pointing at Mineta, him trying to spy on girls. And then he leaves. For the next 4 days, they basically learn how to tie, well, to make ropes. Really not good ropes, but still making them. They dig holes, training more. And when they catch animals, they basically actually eat a lot more this time. While doing that, they also continue to go back to the house, cut tree down, and stuff like that to basically make, well, different ways. So, this is the end of this part. In the next part, it's going to be them leaving the forest, going back home um, for that morning, then actually going to school, and then learning about the week of training at school. So, hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did. I'm going to put a link to my Discord in the um, description. Yeah, sorry. So, if you want to join, just join. It would actually help a lot, since like that you're going to be able to ask questions without a delay in it. So, hope you liked it. Natsu, out.